Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gathered here today to witness this joyous occasion, the union of Jared and Sydney.
Our hearts are free, so tell me what's wrong with.
I'd like to think I had a little hand in this going on today. As a family, we always gathered on the 4th of July weekend down at my parents' lake house. And the only other person that Jared had ever brought with him was Bryce. So the bar for our expectations was extremely low if Jared ever brought a real live girl. And then he brought Sydney. And here is this beautiful, articulate, and may I say, you just fit in with us.
That was super long. Sydney, you came into my life at the most perfect time, when I wasn't ready and needed your love the most.
Jared, it's been 5 years, 3 months, and 22 days since and I have yet to find the words to describe just how much you mean to me.
In these past few years, I have learned how to love and care for you more each day. Even when we haven't seen eye to eye or are both fighting the world, I know we can always come back to each other to solve every problem.
So many people wait forever to find a lifetime love, but I'm so happy I found it in you.
When you honored me with the request to officiate this, I went to God in prayer. And I said, Lord, what in the world can I tell these two young people that would make a difference? And the thought came to me, what do you wish someone had told you 32, sorry. It just feels like 33. Years ago, when you got married. And here is what I wish, and what I'm going to tell you. Invite God into your marriage. Inviting God into your marriage is as easy as holding hands one night and saying, Lord, please come into our marriage, guide us, and above all else, protect our marriage.
Though many people say today is the start to our forever, we both know that that day came long before today.
Have a tissue.
My forever with you actually began the first night you came over and we talked on the roof until the sun came up, not knowing how much time had passed. After just one night, I knew I never wanted to spend another day without you. From that first night, I've been able to look at you and know that I'm home.
Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
Her mother and I.
I know no matter what we are doing, if it's spontaneously painting the house, or watching the latest and greatest video on Disney preparing for our next trip, or wishing we had our next trip, we will be smiling and laughing with each other.
Some people may say God doesn't work that way. Well, I have a story for you. This is where we're not going to look at each other, Jared. I don't know if you remember this, but when you are 10 or 12 years old, we were at the lake enjoying the 4th of July weekend, and we went to Charlie's. Charlie's is a little shop full of junk. The kids thought it was a treasure house. Well, to make it interesting for me, we decided to dress Jared up as Malibu Barbie as we went through the shop. There was a boa, there were sunglasses, and I think we finally found glittery gloves. We laughed a lot, we took a lot of pics, but the one thing you probably don't know, Jared, is that night I prayed for you. I said, Lord, I'd like to ask you for that boy's soul. I know you love him, but I'd like to ask you, Lord, to bless his life. And Sydney, that first day I met you, I realized God answered that prayer. Okay, apparently I can't look at you either. Okay, because I have seen Jared be a better man with you. I would also like to thank Chris and Brenda for helping to create such a wonderful blessing to share with our family.
I promise to be faithful during the best of times, worst of times, and everything in between. I promise to always fight for us and make our marriage a priority. I promise to choose you every day for the rest of my life.
I vow to always be your main support through everything. I vow to love you just as much tomorrow as I do today. Simply, I love you.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Jared Lee.
Sydney and Jared. I want you guys to take a second and just look out over the room. There's just a lot of people gathered here today. It means a really big thing to them.
So hi, I'm Sarah, and Sydney's usually the one who is better at it with the words, but I'll do my best for her today. Although Sydney and I played together in high school, we didn't really know each other until Tammy Doyle nudged me into a coaching position that I'll forever be grateful for. It led me to many opportunities, and it's where Sydney and I became best friends.
Jared is one of the most kind-hearted, genuine people I know. He'll help out anyone at a moment's notice and truly just wants to see people happy. So when he met Sydney, I initially had my guard up. But all it took was one night hanging out on her apartment's roof with them for me to tell that she was the same genuine, kind person as Jared. So from that moment on, every time I've third wheeled with you guys, I've hoped and prayed that we all would gather here to celebrate you. Sydney, thanks for being the best thing that ever happened to my best friend. And I couldn't be happier for the two of you. And if Jared turns out to be half as good as a husband as he has been as a friend to me, you truly are going to have a wonderful life.
This is what it's all about. These are the moments we live.
You guys are the better half of each other, and I love you both so much. Through everything I've seen you guys laugh together, treat my kids like you're their own family, and support and fight for each other no matter what. And I'll always be your cheerleader on the sideline.
So I'm not going to raise your glasses. And opposed to me, Mrs. Waverly.